So these days, taking screenshots on your computer has become very commonplace. We use them to save things for later or to share things around. But to be honest, I found the default screenshot tool on macOS to be fairly underwhelming. And that's a shame because generally, Apple software is known for its sleek design and intuitive tools. Let me break it down. So let's say I want to take a screenshot of this recipe to send to a friend. So I hit Command-Shift-5, select the area, then this little preview window pops up. I click on that, then hit the marker button to edit it. Let's say I want to suggest using 1 cup of Parmesan instead of half. So I'm going to try creating a rectangle. I'll then resize it to match that text. And then add a text box underneath. I can then hit done and find wherever it's been saved on my computer, which should be the desktop by default. This has been my typical flow for capturing and editing my screenshots. It doesn't sound too bad, but there are definitely some pain points in this process. So I've recently found a free app that makes this process a lot more smooth. It's called Shottr. So let me show you the same workflow with Shottr. I can click on the icon on the menu bar and hit Capture Area. There's also a keyboard shortcut to make it quicker. I then capture the area as usual. Then there's a preview window which I can click on or just press enter to immediately open the editor. All the tools are right there. I can create a rectangle around the exact part I want. No need to resize the shape. I'll then add some text. Overall, it just feels more intuitive and looks better. And finally, I have a few options for what to do with the screenshot. I can copy it to the clipboard. There's also this pin feature. That will just turn the screenshot into a floating window. So I can use that as a reference or just set it aside and then get back to editing later. Speaking of which, if you close the editor and you realize that you need to make more changes, you can reopen your last screenshot. And that will preserve all the edits that you've made. That's actually happened to me a few times, and it's much more convenient than hunting down the file on your computer. There's also a lot of other editing tools as well. So there's the arrow tool. Again, I can just set where it starts and then point it to where it needs to end. There's no need to resize an existing arrow. There's a highlighter tool and also a blur tool, so that can blur out a certain part of the screenshot or just erase it entirely. There's also an option to just get rid of text but leave the pictures untouched. Aside from that, there is the paste image option, which lets me overlay an image that I've saved in my clipboard. So let's say I want to add a picture of the end product. I can copy it, then within the screenshot I can paste it. Now there are some other ways I can take screenshots. If, for example, I wanted to take screenshots of the whole page, which doesn't fit on my monitor, I can take a scrolling screenshot. I select the area, and it will scroll down automatically and take a long screenshot of everything it sees. This is great for articles, lists, and receipts, which can often be quite long. Now, if you're a fan of the editing tools in this app and you just want to edit images rather than screenshots, you can do that. So let's say I have this picture of a receipt on my computer. I can open that file from the menu bar. There's also an option to load from clipboard, which might be convenient if you've copied an image from the web. But I'm just going to find the image on my computer and open it up. I can then edit it like I normally would for a screenshot. This is also a good time to show you the recognize text feature. So that can be used to capture the text in an image and save that to the clipboard. This even works for handwriting. So if you're working with a lot of scanned documents or notes, you don't have to transcribe the text manually. Honestly, I've literally seen this feature as a standalone paid app before, so the fact that it's available for free is just a nice touch. Quick note, Shottr is free, all the features are available, but every once in a while it will ask you to consider buying it, which is a one-time purchase of $8. That said, if you don't mind that occasional notification, you can just use it for free. Before I wrap up, I want to say that there are some drawbacks compared to the default screenshotting tool on the Mac. You can't actually record your screen as a video. There's also no signature tool, and I've noticed that it's not as great at modifying the text, like changing the font or making the font size really big. But honestly, I found these limitations to be pretty small, and if you do need them on occasion, you can always use the default screenshot tool for that purpose. Overall, I definitely recommend giving this app a shot. It's free and can save you some time and effort when it comes to screenshotting. If you want to see some more app recommendations for the Mac, check out this video right here. Alright, see you later.